Hello and welcome. Today we are in the tier 8 Japanese destroyer Akizuki. We're playing a ranked battle on the map Mountain Range. And I started out the match by using speed boost immediately, so that my ship would go off the line as quickly as possible, so that I could get into the B cap as quickly as possible. Now I think the B and A caps are more important on this map than the C cap, because there's two of them, and you can go entirely on the other side of the islands, so that the ships from B can't really engage you that well. Here, I waited a little bit to see what my allies are doing and what some of my other ships are doing. The lightning seems to be going towards the middle. It's a double DD battle. No CVs though. But I did see that the Bayard and the Montpellier are actually coming with me, and apparently an Odin too. So I think a push on this side towards the A-cap is actually a really good idea. Here though, I'm gonna try to be somewhat safe, because it's likely that... yeah, because the cruisers behind me are spotted, it's likely they are going to be shot at. Which also means that, well, I'm guessing my RPF is not pointing towards that bagration, it's pointing at, well, that smoke cloud over there, or something next to it. Which means that it's likely that torpedoes could be on the way. And sadly, we already lost our Bayard. It's only been 3 minutes and 15 seconds, so I think said cruiser did not quite play as well as expected. Now, I have to say that one thing. I did mess up here. Also, here are the torpedoes. I did mess up a little bit. I probably could have just given him a smokescreen, but I wasn't aware of just how low his HP was. I didn't know that he was almost almost dying, and by the time I realized, it was too late because I was already moved to the side, and it wouldn't have covered her anymore. Basically, we did not start well. The enemy has both of the cap zones, which is okay, but we lost the cruiser, and this means our fighting force is weaker. However, this side of the map should still be equal. This does mean that the C cap is probably gonna lose on our side, since they are outnumbered. But hey, maybe it'll be fine. Especially since the Akizuki is on the other side, which means that I should be able to outfight the enemy destroyer on this cap much more easily. I'm gonna smoke here, because I'm gonna start firing on the Odin once she reappears, I guess. Ooh, I did get a salvo on the Cossack, and we did deal 2k, so this means that any fight we do with the Cossack should go decently for me. I do have to be very careful in this smoke here though, because Cossack could launch torpedoes and they should absolutely reach me. But luckily my speed boost is off cooldown in 3 seconds, which means that if torpedoes do appear, I should be able to accelerate very quickly. And damn, look at that damage on the Odin. Triple fire. I was trying to start the 4th fire, but... well, she used Damacon, so we can't start a fire for now. But I think damage control party should go off now, so we should be able to start another fire. At the end of the video I show my commander skills and upgrades as usual. I'm kinda surprised that our Odin is so fearless and is pushing. Cossack has moved on though, so Odin is not going to be able to Hydra her. But I think we should actually just be able to burn down the enemy Odin here, without too many issues. So Cossack fired torpedoes on the Odin, but our Odin easily dodged them. And there's the Cossack again. But at this moment, we really wish to get the Odin out of the game. Because if we can take out this battleship, this side of the map has won. We will have won this side so hard that the enemy can't really contest because... well, sure, we lost the cruiser here. However, we did take out their battleship. And now they only have a bagration and Cossack left. If the Cossack runs into me, I can absolutely win a gunfight against her. So I'm gonna start heading towards the B cap, or A cap, sorry. If the Cossack decides to join me, well, I should have an easy time with her. And if not, it's going to be an easy cap. Now I do hope that they do join us, because trying to chase down the destroyer is going to be somewhat annoying. I do launch these torpedoes, but since the smoke seems to be dissipating, I just throw one randomly out there, because there's not much I can do. Cossack made a huge mistake here by firing while not in the smoke, because now we get to basically deal free damage to her. I mean, it's probably not gonna be too much, but hey, damage is... Oh, she keeps on firing. I am taking damage in return, after all. I'm being shot at by a cruiser, but it should be okay. Let's dodge this one final salvo that's gonna come from the bagration. Or maybe actually two even. Basically, I'm playing with my speed. Since I have speed boost up, my acceleration and deceleration, I believe, should be really quick. Which means that I should... Yeah. Oh! Oh my god! That random torpedo actually landed on the Cossack. Oh, and she's flooding! Wow. That's bad news for her, I suppose. Oh, and now the Montpellier has radar as well. He's in trouble. 127 HP. Wow. She actually missed. I'm gonna try to take some random shots then, because we really wish to take her out. Come on! Well, we did land the one salvo. Time to smoke. Oh, our Montpellier has actually moved on. I was hoping it would actually give her cover, but whatever. Smoke just for me is fine. Since I do have a very high DPM, Akizuki basically has the damage output of a cruiser. With HE, that is. So, yeah, Akizuki's damage adds up very, very quickly. It's not quite as amazing as the Harugumo, but it's pretty much... Well, it is the same as Kitaka's, other than the fact that you don't have the upgrade that will give you better reload. But anyway, we have decisively won here on the AB line. So all we have to do now is fight the guys left over at sea. And as suspected, we did lose on the sea cap. Because they were outnumbered, so it made a lot of sense. But hey, our lightning is still alive, which is very good. I'm gonna go try to chase down the enemy Akizuki now, because, well, we know exactly where she is. Well, okay, maybe not exactly, but we know the direction she is in. And she seems to be quite separated from the enemy Odin and Atago, which means that we should be able to fight her pretty decently. And as long as she doesn't have more HP than I do, I think this should go pretty well. Because I have trust in my own abilities and, well, I'm probably gonna have help from a Montpellier as well. Sure, she is a few kilometers behind me, but as long as Akizuki is busy with other stuff, that should be pretty good. Now, we are winning on points, but I think chasing down the Akizuki here is actually slightly more important than simply defending. Because a destroyer can become a huge nuisance, even with very little HP or whatever she has, right? Oh, and there she is. Oh, she only has 400 HP! Goodbye. Okay, Atago is still spotting me, obviously, right? Because I am still in range. So I'm gonna slow down again, and then I'm gonna accelerate again, and then I'll drop some torpedoes in their general direction, because they do appear to be heading in my direction here. So, yeah. Hopefully they'll hit. Probably not, but you never know, you have to try. At this stage of the game, I think it makes all the sense in the world to try. I'm mostly trying to aim on the Odin on the first set, because, hey, if the Odin just keeps going, that would be perfect. But obviously Atago is there as well, and because they're so close together, aiming at either of them can yield torpedoes on, well, either of them, to be honest. Could very well be that Atago simply gets hit. Anyway, I have a smoke screen, so I might as well start shelling. Because, again, Akizuki has amazing damage. Oh my god. Is Atago gonna run into the torps now because of that? Well, sorry Atago. Rip in peace. A devastating strike even. And now it's simply the Odin, so we just have to finish her off. I do have to remember that Odin does have Hydro, so if she does get too close to my ship, she can absolutely spot me, but I don't think it will make any difference considering the fact that we pretty much won this game. Like, this game is so over, it's just... I don't have words to describe just how over it is. Oh, and a high caliber too. Yeah, this is what happens when you have cruiser DPM on a destroyer. Trying to get as many fighters as I can running, even though I have IFHE, Odin is kind of armored in many places, and I was hoping maybe I could get fires on the back parts of the ship too, because that all adds up to damage. Why are there no damage indicators? Am I literally dealing no damage? Wow, I think I was. So yeah, that's kind of what I meant. Anyway, swapping the AP now. She's showing me broadside. This should deal slightly more damage than HE. And goodbye. Wow, it wasn't my kill. Well, I'm not gonna be jealous, okay? I'm fine with sharing. In this instance. 111k damage, sank 3 ships, got devastating strike on an Atago of all ships. Kept 2 bases. Why not? Akizuki feels great, and now add on the fact that she actually has pretty decent anti-air too, at least enough to make a CV not want to loiter over an Akizuki, unlike quite a few other destroyers at this tier. I think the Montpellier deserves a compliment, but I'm gonna give one to Lightning as well, because she survived all of that while being on the losing flank. So well done, guys. So yeah, I think Akizuki is an excellent destroyer for rank because she has firepower that's equivalent to a cruiser that works against all 3 ship classes, well 4 I guess, all 4 ship classes. Then she also has pretty damn good torpedoes, and on top of that she can fulfill the role of a destroyer when necessary. You don't really want Akizuki to be your destroyer, but if necessary she can. And while she might be slightly worse at it than other destroyers, she can still do the work in it. And on top of that, she has anti-air which can ward off the enemy CV, which is sometimes quite useful, because it means that you can combine your anti-air with some other ship. However, of course, you gotta remember that it's a CV you're talking about, you know, you can't actually you can't make yourself immune to them. Anyways, let's take a look at the commander skills. So, priority target, then last stand, then survivability expert, then concealment expert. After that, I'll go for adrenaline rush, and on Akizuki, I think basic firing training is a very good idea. And then radio location. Now, if I had IFHE, I would probably want to take demolition expert instead of basic firing training, because that would give me back a lot of the fire chance that I lose due to IFHE. However, for ranked, I think radio location is the better skill, because it allows you to know where the enemy destroyers are. And hey, in this case, you know, it paid off quite handsomely. Upgrades wise, obviously concealment systems. Then I go for propulsion, because you do sit in smoke quite often and you want to go off the line as quickly as possible. Then aiming systems, because I don't think you need the torpedo stuff. Engine boost if you don't have it, then engine room protection. And last, main armaments modification 1. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would like to thank the patrons on Patreon. Thank you very much for your continued support, and I hope I'll see you guys next time.